These are
Thank you.
Thank you. Shout out to the AV crew one more time, everybody. And now let's say staff infection.
Wait.
What is a staph infection?
I've had those, they're not fun.
You have? Congratulations.
No!
I've never had one, and I want one.
3 times.
3 staph infections. So just at that point, sell the staph. Like, I don't know why. You know, if the staph is giving you infections, why keep it?
And no, I'll bring it.
Do you think Gandalf ever got staph infections?
I never watched Lord of the Rings, so I don't know.
You got splinters. You never watched Lord of the... Well, I can't talk to you anymore.
Wow! You're just gonna lose my fight. Don't let me do that.
Come back.
No,
Dramatic much. Jeez. Jeez. Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday afternoon. Why aren't you in church? Did everyone enjoy the extra hour of sleep?
No, I didn't get it.
I was convinced, by the way, that I was going to somehow screw this up and show up to the panel at the wrong hour.
Yeah.
And I did it. I did. Well, we all did. That's true. It's actually not supposed to start for an hour. Yeah. No, but thank you for all being here. This is the Bronies React panel. Hello. We anticipate that Quill will also be joining us here. Now, to his credit, I don't think I ever actually talked with him about it. I just assume he's going to always show up. So I'm like, hey, Bronies React. And he's probably like,
I'll message him.
you know, no, don't do it.
Hello.
You'll do it? Quill. Poor guy. Okay, do it. You message him.
On it. That was a quick
Be nice, though.
Oh, no. He and I are cool.
Quill is very sweet.
He and I are cool. Relax.
Good. Well, yeah, so it is Sunday, which means we are just beginning the convention. And how has the con been for you guys so far? Been good? Any highlights that have stuck out for you all? Who's line?
Who's line?
Anthology. 1 a.m.
Alcohol, I heard. Okay, that's a stand.
Cookies at earlier.
So,
Dark vendor hall.
that's good.
I was like,
He thought it was just a slightly darker vendor hall, and
it was dark.
hey, we're in the same room, actually.
We are?
Yeah.
We are.
Oh, that's what that is. That's good. So thank you for all being here. I always like asking this question, but actually,
Do you all need money?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Please. I want to introduce. We have Black Griffin. We have Saberspark. And I'm ACRacebest. Hello. I always enjoy asking this question before we kick things off. Is there anyone here who doesn't know what Bronies React is? And I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I shouldn't. Yes, okay, we at least have one hand going up. Don't feel bad if you don't. Like, I enjoy always kind of knowing, like, what are they expecting? Because we really never know what to expect when we get up here either, because this panel is largely driven by all of you. This is going to be a Q&A. We're open to questions. You can make them as random as you want. They could be about any of the works that any of us are doing individually. They could be, of course, about the series itself. Calm down there. Getting fresh. So yeah, no, we're just here to have a good time with all of you. Now, what we usually do is we'll have a line for questions, but because of the setup that we have in here, we'll probably go off of hands, as you can see displayed here is a great example. And we are going to try to make sure that we're not missing people, like that someone's not sitting there like this for the whole panel and never gets chosen. So are there any questions to start off with? Nope. All right. Just keep, if you have your hand up, just keep it up here. 53 more minutes. Right. I'm just kidding. So we got 1, 2, and 3 here, and 4. All right. So those will be our first 4. We'll stay there, and then we'll go back to hands raising. It's okay. It's all right. It's all right. You have 2 questions. Okay. I won't pick you first. Elwin.
Yeah. So
You guys always ask us, but how has your con been?
All right, Ella wants to know, how has our con been?
Good. I like cheese.
I like cheese. No, it's
Right City.
It's been a lot of fun. You know, Ciderfest, I feel like always delivers. There's this really like just warm feeling outside of when you go outside. But it's no, I thoroughly enjoy this convention. I always feel like it is a very well run con, and the staff have always been doing a great job for us. Even when you know, every now and then some little things might pop up, but they've been on it. So I got to give my full shout out to again the staff here at the convention, and it's been fun. What about for you, Gabe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been very fun. I haven't been to a Brony convention specifically in a long time, so it was nice to be reminded.
We've missed
I love
you.
this fandom.
I missed you!
Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Been great.
And then the other question is, it was Grace's birthday yesterday. Can we sing happy birthday?
Oh boy.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Grace.
Sing.
Happy birthday to you.
And many more!
Thank you. I'm 12. All right.
At heart.
Good luck with puberty.
Thank you. I heard it's great. And then your question.
2 questions.
Okay.
One, so is there a possibility that they're making a Make Your Mark like season finale kind of special, like the end of season 2? Because you've done finale specials before.
That is true.
And I was thinking it's possible you could make one.
So, to be honest with you, it hasn't been something that's been on my direct radar because I haven't yet figured out what the heck the finale was. And I say that and some of you are like, what is he talking about? But like, didn't the show kind of just end?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a big grand ending.
They announced like 2 weeks in advance, and then
They're like, oh, it's over. Enjoy. Wander Over Yonder went through something like that too, where they're like, oh, we can't wait for the 3rd season. Psych. So, yeah. Yeah.
Second question was, you've been to panels, right? Which one has stood out between all the 3 of you? What was your favorite panel, and what do you like most about it?
Oh man. So I feel like I can't choose any of our own.
This one should be
which-
at the convention itself.
Yeah. So I guess like some of you may already be fully aware. We typically, I know like you, for example, I'm like, oh yeah, we have very busy schedules. Doesn't compare.
Don't you forget it!
Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of times we spend actually typically more times at the conventions kind of walking around the halls and kind of seeing everybody outside of the panels, largely because we've been going to these conventions for, so long, 12 years. A lot of them that we've seen, and then we also end up being part of a lot of them, which is an honor that people have us on. But so opening ceremonies, I'd say, was very. Were you all at opening ceremonies? I was part of whatever was happening, and I don't know. All of a sudden they're like, please put this tutu on. It cut off circulation to my legs, and I was like, thank you. But you guys have anything that's stuck out?
I have not been able to go to a single panel that I wasn't on. Our schedules, But I will say that when we do Who's Line, the number one thing I look forward to is you guys doing the one where you Who's Line?
Who's Line, yeah.
Pull the things out. So when you said I forgot the prompts, I was like, no, my favorite part, and then it happened. So
Yeah, it happened because of Zap over there. Thank you, Zap. He was the one who had to go run and get the cards during the Who's Line panel because I forgot them like a dummy. Do you have any answers for this?
What's the panel that Taylor ran?
Oh, the My Little Match game?
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
I think it's cool seeing Taylor grow his presence in the community. It's cool. I like it.
Taylor has made this con for me.
Good.
Have you told him that?
I was waiting to tell him at Book Bowl, but I told him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find him.
Yeah.
That'll mean a lot to him.
He's a good fellow.
Fine.
Yeah. He is a good fellow.
So is Red Card. I love Red Card. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
Red card.
I hate red cards.
You just hate
I'm just kidding. Red card.
Red card.
And then it was, you were one of our questions?
Yes, I've got a two-part question. I asked this of everyone. So anthropology. Who were you? What were you doing when you first were exposed to it? And what were you exposed to? The fan fiction, the audio drama, the animation, the song?
The song.
Song.
For me, it was the song. Yep.
The song, yeah.
Yep.
Covered memory. Yeah, song.
Yeah, I actually am just finding out that there was anything but a song, if
Oh,
I'm being
yes.
honest.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The
oh.
song came from the fan fiction, the anthropology.
Did Awkward Marina sing that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's Lyra?
Getting old.
Who's Lyra? How dare you, sir?
What's your other question?
That was the two-part question. Who were you when you heard it? And
That was Gabriel.
I was ACRacebest.
Oh, me.
no, not you.
And then, oh, sorry, go. That's my question.
Oh my god.
Then we had the fourth question. Remind me, who was that? That was you.
So, if you had to kick out one reactor from Bronies React, who would it be?
I know the answer,
Do you know the answer?
but say what you want, though.
What I like about this is acting like, because the question was, if you could kick out any reactor from the React, who would it be? I have. No, I was like in the sense of like if there's someone I don't want to work with in the Bronies React, I just don't work with them. Which for anyone that's like, oh, that's why he hasn't chosen me. No. But if I'm going to answer this more on the comedic side, who should go? Wow. Okay, I mean, I want you to consider that Silver Quill walked into the panel now, and they're still like, Saber, get out of here. Did you just see my text and go, oh, whoops?
No, I was next door doing my Mary Sue panel. Which
Oh!
went overtime because people really love to talk about who's a Mary Sue and who's not.
You just don't know how to stop, do you?
I don't know how to stop. It's
It's like your puns.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
Thank you, Edgar.
Well, all good. I was like, I hope it wasn't a case where I didn't tell you about the panel, and then you're like, I didn't even know we were having one. So
Oh, no.
glad that your other panel was going well.
But unfortunately, I didn't. My phone did not vibrate, so I didn't know about your text either.
I like your answer, by the way. Yeah.
May I comment?
What do you guys think? No. Sorry.
Yes.
So, two questions back. I just want to say how much I personally appreciate you guys walking around in between panels and being available to us fans. It's huge. Not everyone is, and it's huge. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. We enjoy, because especially with like Saber and I, we have that freedom to be able to, to be able to wander around. Our schedule allows that kind of, interaction. It's to us, it's just fun seeing like who's here, like faces that we do get to see often. Some people that we haven't seen in years are out here. That includes some of the musicians that we used to interact with back in the day. They just pop up. I think back to Everfree Northwest, and I turn around in the vendor hall, and I bring DeLols is standing there, and he's like, "Hey," and I'm like, totally. So yeah, it's that to me is such a fun part of it, and same with doing the vlogs, is that it's not just about like, oh, here's this panel that took place here, here's this panel that took place here. It's kind of seeing the life around the convention, and you all help make these conventions for us too. So always remember that. Give yourselves a round of applause. Help make it fun. We feed off of all of your energy. So.
Although several friends of mine get really mad at me. It's like, you need to get to this panel, and as we're going, hi, so we go, oh, hi, how you doing? And then,
Yeah, yeah.
Just reach over and go, nope, you gotta come with me.
It's very easy. We all tend to have that.
What I can say though has been nice, and this hasn't been at conventions in the past, and I don't think it has to do with the attendees so much as it has to do with the size, is we don't, like, it's not a problem most of the time for us to walk around because people are like, hi, great to meet you, talk for, a few seconds, and then, okay, we gotta go, okay, goodbye. It's not like anyone's trying to stop us or prevent us from going where we need to go. If that were the case, we probably wouldn't be able to walk around. So thank you guys for being understanding and, keeping the chats relatively brief, and that makes it, I think it makes it possible because you guys are great to interact with. So it's like,
I don't think anything compares to what, like, when BronyCon, with the size of those conventions and the way the hallway structure was, is that, like, I remember there were times where we were trying to get from one panel to the next, and you feel terrible because you get that person who's like, oh my God, I've been looking for you all weekend, and you're like, I'm so sorry, I have to go. I was like, run with me.
You're gonna leave half an hour early.
Legitimately.
Well, you never want to be like a bad experience for somebody.
Right.
You never want to be like, oh shoot, was I a jerk? But in reality, it's like, all you can do is be like, hey, I'm so sorry.
And it's almost unavoidable at the bigger conventions too, because there were times where, I was like, okay, good, I think I was able to talk to everybody, and then there's one person who was like, I tried to wave down Black Griffin, and he just turned and walked away, I hate that guy.
Which is why you have, well, I mean, that was me, we said that. But that's why you've got like those autograph, autograph lines, I know for most of y'all, it's like we won't leave until everyone has been, serviced. But
on that note, like, I think that's a really cool thing that, like, that does mean, like, it means a lot to you. Like, it's not just a case of like, well, sorry, time's up, gotta go. Like, to you, it's on a personal level. I mean, honestly, for all of us, it's on that personal level, but, like, again, going on the autograph stuff, where, like, your mentality with it is, I don't want anyone to feel like I'm walking away. And if you have, because I know in the past, there's been times where you've been told,
No. Last night, Gabe, when he got an autograph line, he says, I must be in Milwaukee because look at all that cheddar.
You make sure they know that's not true, so people will believe that. Cheddar's good though. Wisconsin is the cheese. Let's go.
But not to keep putting words in your mouth, Mr. Cheddar.
That's just my
Silverboat. Oh, well, so you just need to let him breathe.
Okay. Oh, God. Come on. But I guess, like, you can speak more to that.
Actually, that's something I've kind of been wanting to talk about for a while because it's never really been discussed, and mostly because I was under like contracts or NDA, etc. But for the beginning of my involvement,
The NBA?
Yeah, I was in the NDA. Cool.
Wow.
You can tell. I'm
gonna clip that out of him just going.
But Monique Krieber was my manager, and of course Michelle's manager as well. And so we were booked all the time at the same time, like contractually. If any time Michelle went to a convention, I went with her. If I was booked for a convention, she went with me. And our schedules were completely filled out. They were not planned by us. They were planned by management. That's typically how it goes. And so our schedules were booked so solidly that we didn't have a lot of time between things. So if we had a line left for autographs at 2 p.m., that was our hard out because we had to go somewhere else. And so that was very stressful for me because, I don't want to walk away. Never, ever do I or should anybody take the fact that people want to talk to you and see you because they appreciate what you put out for granted or expect it or feel like you deserve it. We don't deserve this. We are so lucky to even have people care about what we make, and it means the world to us because, I feel like a part of my soul is in everything that I create. And so when people see that and like that, and then want to talk to me or get an autograph from me because they like something I made, it's moving, to say the least. So I don't want to ever be the kind of person that's like, yeah, whatever, another line, more people who want to get my autograph. That's pretentious and it's egotistical, and I don't want to be that way. And I was very worried early on when I had such a tight schedule that regardless of my intentions, that's how I would come across because I was bound to someone else's schedule, which is the main reason, even though I'm still very close with the Creepers and friends with them, I'm no longer managed by Monique because I knew that I needed to have my own schedule. And you guys, remember, we're very happy when that day came as well. And we're all close with the Creepers, but there's business and there's friendship. And I'm glad that my relationship with the Creepers now is friendship, not business.
Yep.
So,
Yay!
So now I'm still laughing at your cheddar joke, by the way. Now we'll go to, let's do 3 more. So there's a hand, there's a hand, there's a hand. So we'll do these 3. All right, starting with you.
I got a question because I've realized I've done 4 cons back to back the past 2 years so far, and I'm realizing there's a difference in how I approach them from when I started and where I'm at now. I'm kind of curious if you guys, when you first went to convention, what was the reason why? And does it contract nowadays? Like back when you go for the panels in the community, do you go for more just friends now? How did it progress over?
Yeah. So to repeat the question, talking about kind of our evolution of why we used to go to panels versus how it's evolved to where we are now, which we've been to a couple at this point.
1 or 2. 2 or 3.
It's at least 7. It's at least. But Silver, do you want to start with this?
Well, back in ye olden times, before I was going to conventions as a community guest or vendor or anything, I was on the toilet. No.
Still is, by the way.
Oh yeah. Hey, you gotta plan ahead to these conventions. My first convention was BabsCon, and for 2 years I simply went as an attendee.
Which year?
I believe it was 2013 and 14. So that was before I'd done comics or videos. It was really just at the start, and I would go because I wanted to see the vending hall, much like at an anime convention where over in Colorado we don't get many anime stores.
Oh my god, yeah.
So a convention is the time to really stock up. I carried that over into My Little Pony. But now I've ruined conventions for myself in any genre because I am used to being a part of the process. I am used to having an impact on people's experience. I host panels, I usually vend. Community guest is never a requirement, but it's always appreciated. And I realize even I didn't get to vend this time, I missed the window, I feel weird.
Yeah.
I'm like just drifting through, unmoored in a sea of people. And I need that purpose now. I have a focus, I have a goal. And I still want to make it the best possible experience for everyone and have a lot of fun, but I'm also like, I can't just be anymore. And a man's search for meaning means lots of community guest applications.
Translation, he wants that cheddar.
Oh, them cheddar.
Gabe?
Well, I completely agree with that. It is weird because I went to MomoCon last year with Steven, really just as we just went to go. Because Nate and I haven't done that in a long time, and walking around and being like, oh, seeing our friends performing and stuff like that, it was cool, but there was this point where like, I feel like we have too much time on our hands. We didn't know how to attend a convention as guests. We didn't even know, like it was the first time I think I've looked in a con book. Because,
Oh my God.
No, really, because our schedule is sent to us and that's what we go off of typically. So it's like, it was odd, I enjoyed it, but it felt drastically different than I expected it to. So, and I definitely do think it shifted because the first time I went to a convention was BronyCon, I think 2013.
It was.
Yeah, and I flew from Australia to get there. So
To the wrong airport.
wrong airport.
Yeah,
I knew
yeah,
you
yeah.
always say that. Yeah, but it was a whirlwind, but it's changed, you know, because it was my first convention experience, and now I have an expectation of what is expected of me, what, you know, I expect of the convention, and, you know, and I kind of am used to following a regiment. So, yeah, it kind of it's interesting.
Yeah.
Ponycons are special because they feel more intimate. Been doing it for, it's just being smaller. It's cool seeing them still going on. Like, I think at a pony convention, I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm at a family reunion. It's like, hey, how's it going? What's that? We're still alive.
We're still alive.
Well, what's neat is we went to Everfree Northwest, and there was a group of just girls who were like, yeah, we finally get to go to the convention, and we remember watching when we were kids, and now we're here. And their mother was like, yeah, they loved you growing up, and it's so cool to be here. And I'm like, some people's stories are still beginning, you know?
Yeah.
Even though we might be, kind of old in the tooth or long in the tooth, whatever. I got no teeth. No, but it's just neat, brought up Taylor with his panel, and it's neat seeing him build, momentum and how excited he is. And for us, where it's like, yeah, we've been there. And we kind of, feel like we've been in the fandom for a long time, and we look like, okay, where else do we go from here? We're looking at multi-genre conventions like MomoCon and whatnot, and just to see what else we can do outside of Ponies. But I look back at Ponies and I'm like, it's a very special place. It's a very safe and loving fandom with really good people. Like, you guys are my family in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
So, especially.
I expect the money in the mail.
I'm not game.
You think I do this for free?
I've seen the tax audit. But no, I would say, I guess, like, changing up the seasons as well. Where, like, when I first got into the fandom and go to conventions, I'm like, I'm gonna be so popular, I'm gonna be a celebrity, bleh, which sounds so silly in hindsight. And there's nothing wrong with that emotion of wanting to build a reputation and popularity. But now I go to these cons and I just feel a lot more heartfelt, being like, I love these people. These are good people, and it doesn't get old. And I'm kind of floored, I'm gobsmacked. I'm like, we're still going.
Yeah,
to the point where nostalgia's kicking in. And there's like Zoomer girls who are like, I love this stuff. I'm going to the con. And I'm like, are we going to see BronyCon come back someday?
Just watching the numbers go up.
So you guys gone for the community and still stays?
Oh, I love the community. I love the people. I love just, talking to everybody's stories. The people who have come to these cons, I'm having a good day. Other ones, I'm having a bad day, but the con helps. There's a lot of the human, experience at these conventions because they're made up of people. So, it's a very humanizing thing to do. I had never went to a convention prior to Ponycons, but now I'm like, I can't quit them.
Is there anyone in here, by the way, who was at their first ever pony convention?
Wow.
There you go.
Awesome. You're keeping
Welcome.
alive.
Welcome. Back in 2012, I had made the Bronies React, and I got to know a lot of people in the fandom very quickly. It was funny because I was actually more kind of connected with the musicians back in the day.
Ew, musician.
I know. And I remember that I started hearing them talk about how they were all going to this BronyCon convention in 2012. And at the time, with my scheduling and money and all that, it's like, well, I don't have time to plan anything out. And I didn't really know what it was. I just knew, oh, cool. A lot of them are, going to be getting together. I'm a little jealous. And then I started seeing the videos and the Everfree radio interviews.
Oh my God!
If I may, by the way, is there anybody in this audience who was at BronyCon 2012? I was there.
There we go.
Zap was there. Back me up on this, but the atmosphere was electrified. Like, people were just on cloud 9 of just being so happy to be there, to the point where it felt like we're going to change the world.
Anyways,
You changed mine.
What was the percentage of children?
As far as, well, you mean man children, or? No, Zap, you want to say something?
Actual children.
I don't know. Zap, I want to hear though.
I'll be honest, I don't really remember. It was honestly the first convention I ever went to, so it was very different.
That's not true. You went to a convention in 2008 with 6 people for Chippendale Rescue Rangers. I was one of the 6 people there.
Olive Garden.
No, we went to Denny's.
It wasn't that high. Their budget wasn't that high.
Come on, man. It was your second convention. No, but so I started seeing all this stuff and seeing Jack's Blade, being interviewed out there and just all these pictures and videos and everyone talking about it. And I was like, I cannot miss the next one. And the next one was going to be Everfree Northwest 2012. And I'm like, I gotta go. And at the time, Sarah and I were still Sarah. Oh, it's Sarah's birthday today.
You can see the light.
I'm acting like I didn't remember that. I saw the light go on. Sarah, I love you. I'll be right back.
Never seen again.
And that's the divorce was settled.
So we were still in a long distance relationship at the time, and she traveled out to California, and we road tripped to Seattle. And for me, it was the excitement of getting to meet all these people that I've worked with, including you. You weren't there yet. You weren't there yet. But yeah, and it was like, oh my God, I get to see these people in person. And at the time, I was also excited about the con experience, going to panels, sitting in the Q&A, just experiencing the convention. And as it was a couple years before I started getting invited as a community guest. I think Fiesta Equestria, their first year was my first community guest experience. We are here at Fiesta Equestria.
Their meds are wearing off.
Yes. So yeah, like I would say where it was kind of like that combination back in the day where I want to go to the concert, I want to go to the panel. It was also always largely driven with I want to see my friends. And yes, that was the biggest drive.
And still lasts to this day. That's why we go to these cons. I mean, love seeing you all, like family, but like seeing friends.
Yeah.
The bomb's about to go off.
I am actually surprised though with how many people are here that I forgot that I knew and kind of missed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can just walk around and oh my gosh, it's you.
Yeah.
It's you. And a lot of times I'm a big face person, so it won't be named, but I'll just be like,
Yeah.
I know who you are. I remember talking to you. You're cool. I like you. Yeah. Like you're yeah. Like me. I want to say salmon?
Gray kale?
Gray kale. Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Touche. Dang, gray kale. Yeah, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's to finish that up, it's just that initial experience going to that first convention is what set, for me, it's like I love these. I got to keep doing these, and each one's different. And like whether it's Ciderfest always has its feel, Winnie City has its feel, Everfree has its feel. Yeah, it's been so much fun.
It's been so long that like even yesterday I saw this couple and they had their like child with them. And it was like a 4-month baby. And people who've gotten married, people who've gotten divorced. But no, there's been a lot of life events going on with people, throughout the years, and just cool seeing their story grow alongside our own. Yeah. It's neat. It's very humanizing.
There is also a little bittersweetness to it, as sometimes you think about the people you don't see anymore.
Yeah.
Some friends have graduated to bigger careers and can't do the YouTube anymore. Some of them started families. Shout out to the Firebrand family.
Yeah.
Some people just dropped off the map, and
that's okay. That's okay.
It is okay. I mean, life takes us in different directions, but coming here, you get to remember that, and the good and the bad, and all in between.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and the pony.
Yeah. And the last note I'll put on that is that's one of the things I'm so happy that I ever started doing the vlogs on this, because I'll look back at the 2012-13 conventions and be like, that's right, that person. You kind of get to look back. It's like a time capsule now. So it's great. We'll move on to, we had 2 questions here in the front, so we'll start with Logan.
Well, I have 2 questions. The first is, what was your craziest fan interaction?
Anywhere?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll start this off. I was at Home Depot. And I was going to make a stupid fan joke.
Convention before?
What?
Have you ever been recognized outside of a convention before? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm afraid to know your answers. I know what mine is. I'm afraid to even say it. Crazy fan interactions for you guys?
All right, I'll go with the event at BronyCon. I had finished up, for those that don't know, BronyCon taking up the Baltimore Convention Center, it was like this this square, or half a square shape. Half a square is a rectangle, I think. I was on one end, and I had to get to a panel on the other side, back to back. And as I'm having a moment where folks are saying hi, and I have to apologize and get going, this one young man, he starts having this sort of emotional break because he felt like he was always just missing out on opportunities and really want to say hi, and he was actually on the ground just pounding his fist on the floor. It was really hitting him hard. And I got props to BronyCon, they actually have a mental health expert on scene to help people with this. So I stuck around with him for as long as I could and talked. He calmed down. I saw him the next day and he was a much more centered, much more, well, just free person. I think and I saw him again the next year. I think I just caught him at a low point.
Yeah.
But it was a very emotional time and I did not know what to do. There's a lot of which you don't know getting into this, especially that you're going to encounter a variety of people and they're all going to have varying days.
Yeah.
But he's okay. He's doing well as far as I know. I wish him all the best. I was just like, whoa, that happened.
Yeah. Do you have any?
I think ours is shared.
Yeah, you got to share mine. That was nice. You want me to tell it? All right.
It happened to you mostly.
MLP, MSP.
Oh no!
2014.
Oh no!
Bronies React panel.
No!
No! Not the Bronies React panel! That's it, that's just the answer, the Bronies React panel. Yeah, there was an individual that was there. And it was funny because the first sign of like, oh, this is a little different was, it was the first time that I think we had somebody come up and ask a question, and they started it off with addressing each person that was on the panel. You were on there, Mike, the microphone was on there. And it's funny because they addressed us by our actual names, not our fandom names. And we're like, oh, that's kind of weird. Except the one that made me laugh was Mike, which his name isn't Mike.
No.
Shane. You're sticking with that, aren't you? And so we're like, oh, that was interesting. And then they asked another question where they had like a hood ornament from a car. And it was just like, that's also kind of weird. No big deal. Weird things happen. That's part of the fun of these conventions. Not even yet. It was like kind of like light yellow. Kind of like Red Card jersey. Yeah. And then at the end of the panel, we were, talking with people, and they walked up to me and said, hey, can I have a hug? I said, sure. I'd given a lot of hugs up to this point in my life. I've been like, that's absolutely fine. And the hug begins, and it was a very full embrace. And then came the moment where I felt their lips caress my neck. And I was like, and I remember the sensation of my eyeballs getting wide, and I think
because I saw Race, he was behind me, and I heard this, and I turned around and I just see the person hugging Race and seeing Race looking at me with massive eyes, and I'm like, wow, that person just plopped a wet one on his neck, which is
very wet.
We joke about it, but that is, inappropriate.
Oh, incredibly inappropriate. Obviously. So this person ended up, they were causing trouble elsewhere.
Yeah, they had a little bit of a reputation.
Yeah, so they ended up getting kicked out of the convention.
They followed us though.
Yeah. They followed us because they thought Jay Holler stole his Sharpie or something. And it was like Jurassic Park.
The hotel we're at, it's super long hallways, and it was like me, Race, and then Beavids and Jay Holler were just making our way down the hall, and we keep looking over our shoulder and seeing the person following us from behind, about 100 feet back, and we walked around the corner and we sprinted to our room, and they must have picked up the pace because they walked up to the door after we closed it. correct me if I'm wrong, they looked at the door, and we're looking through the little
They were looking through yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what the heck?
And Henry like opened the door, went and threw out the pen.
Yeah, that's the Jurassic Park feel of it, like, you know, the flare, like, but it was a Sharpie, and it was like, shut the door!
and then
now it's my Sharpie.
That's yours. and then they went away, and then we heard later that day that they were a troublemaker at the convention. That were booted out. So it was kind of uncomfortable, but you know, unfortunately at cons you will run into stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just know that a good con will do something about it.
Right. If you're ever, this just goes to, especially any first timers, if you're ever having something that is making you uncomfortable at a convention, reach out to the staff. They will take care of it.
See something, say
You're not alone. Yeah.
And if you're a con goer and someone looks like they're, you know,
in distress.
Yeah. You know, be there for them, you know?
Yeah. So, just know that you're not at this convention by yourself. Even if you're here by yourself, you're not alone. So, yeah. Yeah, how about you? Any fun ones?
I'm trying to pick the rated G ones.
Well, no, you know what
No,
we're
I mean, just, you know, so I've got a rated PG and a PG-13. I'll tell both. Start with PG. I guess it's, I don't know. I was at BronyCon, and I was there, I think, as a community guest, and the community guest, at least the policy they had at BronyCon was you can't use the back pathways. Those are for the guests of honor. And I was
a lot of
bureaucracy. I was trying, and I guess it makes sense with the scale of that convention that there's a lot of guests and they only have room to accommodate so many people. So, but Nate and I were just there to play our Immortal show. That was the reason we were there. We weren't there to sign autographs or be part of the, when you're a guest of honor, there's a lot more on your plate. So it's really just, are you willing? You get the perks of being a guest of honor in that you get a handler and you get to go the back ways. But the drawback or the trade-off is that you have a lot more on your schedule and you split, autographs and everything with the convention, which is another way that convention is able to earn money. I hope I'm allowed to say all that. Anyway, whatever. But we were just there to do our show. So we were there as community guests, and because we couldn't use the back ways, we were kind of being followed everywhere we went. And about the only place we could escape to sometimes was the bathroom, because most people wouldn't follow us in there.
Or so you thought.
Most people.
I'm not most people.
So it was, there was just a point where I was like, okay, this person who is very nice has been following and talking with us, and we have to, go. So I went into the bathroom, and they followed me in there. And I was like, if I walk up to the urinal, they'll stop.
Oh no!
Right behind me, right here. And I'm like, well, now what do I do? Did they call my bluff? Do I pretend to pee? What do I do? So I just ended up just standing there for a few seconds and then turning around. I don't even think they knew we were in the bathroom. I think they were just, laser focused. So that was one experience. I was like, and then another one which was really weird is I was walking to my room, and as I walked by, someone pops their head out of the door. I think one of you was here for this. I don't remember. It might have been both of you.
Yes.
Okay, so you do remember this.
Yes. Yeah.
And he goes, hey, oh my gosh, Black Griffin. I've been meaning to see you all week. This is amazing. Great timing.
Oh no!
One sailor to another. Do you have a condom?
True story. Because the girl was in the room and she was like, hi!
She's sitting there with a girl. Hi! They didn't end there. Because I said, no, man, sorry. No, I don't. And he goes, please, dude, she's so hot.
Can you just manifest one right now, please?
All right, here we go. Griffin powers activate.
Hold on, I got a balloon.
But
you take my sock.
Quick. No, but I was like, awkward, but
case.
props to you for, wanting protection, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like a half applause. It was very...
It felt like a Curb Your Enthusiasm, joke.
It was just a weird question to ask too, because
It was all completed though, like you said, by the girl in
At least I'm sane compared to these people.
Oh, very much so. I know you've worried in the past, am I too much? No, actually, Nora, you're great, and I look forward to seeing you. It's very fun. Like I said, my mom misses you. She wishes she could be here, but Nora's awesome. Be like Nora.
Nora.
And then you had a question. Oh, you still had another?
Let's get these three.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants cookies?
We all want cookies.
Oh, yes.
Cookies.
Yes,
I like the low,
eat those.
Thank you.
Apparently people are only excited
Everyone
about
loves
cookies when they're getting them.
Oh
Okay, let me remember my question. For all of you, which are your top 3 favorite My Little Pony characters? And for you specifically, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good was that sandwich?
Let's start there. Start with the sandwich.
Yeah.
I tell you, keep having to take stuff out of it.
Okay, there were some micro or macro plastics in it, but you know that's just from the frilly toothpicks. I hope.
The day and age we live in.
Yeah, it was very good. The beef was cut thicker, which I kind of like. Yeah, it was really really good. I like Reuben's. Again, not a huge fan of the bread it was on, but it wasn't overwhelming. I prefer my Reuben's on rye. It is a little cold, but that's nobody's fault but my own. I ordered it half an hour sooner than. No, that's my fault. That's my fault because I was busy. But yeah, I would say 9. It would have been a 10 if it were a little warmer. But.
All right. And didn't have microplastics.
And didn't have the. Well, I like the microplastics.
So let's see if we can speed through the top 3 characters.
All right, top 3 characters would be Fluttershy, Misty, and Applejack.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Fluttershy, Sunset Shimmer, and Starlight Glimmer.
I'm going Rainbow Dash.
No.
Cool for this.
I know we're gonna.
I forgot who I was sitting next to.
It's been years.
Yeah, we're old. Let's just do it.
God, Dusty
old
threatened
people.
to tackle me at Everfree, and I actually cowered. I'm like, it hurts now.
Scary.
It does.
Rainbow Dash. I'll say Applejack and Starlight Glimmer.
All right, that's good.
Start with the fact that you guys aren't doing it. Actually, then we go, oh my god.
No, this is it. This is it. We're getting old. I was gonna say we can pretend to
Do a soft one.
I don't want us to hit the wall.
It's just the wall,
They
guys.
do
We're
a
not
gimmick
old.
where they go, and they like hurt each other.
Our luck, by the way, the whole table's gonna fly and land on you guys.
I think I ruptured my intestines last time. So. I would say Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and
Oh, gee, I wonder who the other one is.
yeah, no, I have no idea. I like Twilight. She's cool. But I don't want to pick just main characters. But yeah, okay, there you go. Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, Twilight Sparkle.
So my question was just like, what is it like working on different fandoms? Since I know you do other fandoms because my brother's a fan of you, and you worked on Has-Been, which he's a fan of Alistair.
Oh, yeah.
So like, what is it like working on different fandoms? Even if like I don't know with you guys, if you.
I don't know you guys. You guys, you're ponies. You're dead to me.
Mine's quick. I thought I was going to be making content for Chippendale Rescue Rangers, right, Zach? Yeah, and then I made one video, and that's where the AC kind of came from, and it stuck with me through the whole
Cafe.
But yeah, cool.
I would say it's more similar than it is different. One thing I've noticed is younger fandoms, there's a different kind of energy. It's almost manic excitement, but it's not organized. It's not, it's just everyone's like, oh my gosh, everything. There's just too much. And then as the fandom ages, you start to see like micro niches start to form and people fixate on specific characters and, entire panels dedicated to a side character that wasn't ever named in the show. It's neat to watch those mature. So Has-Been Hotel, is relatively new, and I was in the pilot. That has been kind of an explosive growth, but feels very similar to Bronies. Then there's like a kind of baby fandom that hopefully will grow, which is Billy Busta. That's right, yeah. And I'm born to be the ghost now. And so but overall, much more similar than it is different.
Go.
Yeah, I feel that most fandoms have common denominators. I've met some good fandoms. I think the Brony Fandom is as much like, trash we get thrown our way. I'm like, man, there's a lot of good people.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so easy to throw people under the bus when you have never actually talked to them face to face and get to build a connection.
Mm-hmm.
So I will say this: fandoms are made up of people, and people can be bad. And that goes for literally any group of human, period. You will find.
Yes.
I don't like.
True that.
I don't like sweeping judgments, and I know there are some that do apply. For example, I think the KKK are pretty shitty.
No.
Without question, duh. But then you got to think where people are like, oh, those bronies are creeps, all of them. I'm like, no. I've seen some really awesome bronies. I've seen them raise money for charity. I've seen them be very kind and giving and compassionate. And it's just so easy to ignore the good and just focus on the bad. So,
because normally a lot of the big I think the reason for that is the stereotype is that you see this, is that most people see this as this big, ugly, 200-pound dude wearing like just a t-shirt of Rainbow Dash.
it's my face, thank you very much. And 200 pounds, put 50 on. But,
and then people see that and they're like, ugh.
That's what I was thinking. That'd be a good day. I will say though, I guess to answer your question, like, don't be discouraged when you do run into interactions with people who, kind of make you lose faith a bit. You're like, this sucks.
Yeah.
That's just part of the human experience of being alive.
Yes.
Look for the good. And also, something I've realized in this day and age where we get caught online so easily and just, it's a screen, it's a name online. My gosh, like, go out into the world.
Touch grass. Touch grass.
Yeah, talk to people. Be, these conventions, for example,
I've
like.
I've been a guest before, so like I'm a cosplayer. I do.
Yeah.
You're killing with your cosplay.
Yeah, I know.
No, but that's the thing I would say is just that a lot of these fandoms have a lot more in common than we realize.
I will also say, like you said, because the internet, I feel like, almost rewards or boosts negativity. It seems to be something that, I don't know if it's like easier to monetize or whatever.
It is.
It's, there's been something I've kind of noticed is I've had a pretty big gap between my last convention, or at least Brony convention, and this one, and I was a little nervous coming here because there's been a lot of crap on the internet.
And
it's like,
the internet, though, I was told that a lot of these websites realize, combativeness is more engaging than good things. So a lot of these websites actually reward the algorithm to make people fight.
Yeah.
So.
I've noticed that a lot.
Yeah. So it's nice I would call coming to a convention my version of touching grass.
Is it nourishing?
It is. It really is. Yeah. It restored some of my faith in humanity and the world.
I too haven't been to a pony convention since 2019, so I just returned back.
Well, it's nice, right?
It's nice. I missed it. I definitely
Me too. I did too.
It's good to get out in the world. Are we good with the questions here in the front? Or?
Yeah, so I think what we're gonna have to do is we have about 5 minutes left, so we're just gonna start lightning rounding questions, so we'll answer as fast as we can. Nora?
Okay, so my question is actually for Dave for once.
What?
Okay, so my question is, I want you to talk more about this. It's awesome here. Talk more about Billy Bust Up since you've been involved in it. I haven't seen you talk about it a lot lately.
Okay, well, so Billy Bust Up, a lot of what we're doing is still kind of secret under NDA.
I know.
I can say the game will be coming out next year. I can't say exactly.
Oh, so there's more to be there.
We've recorded everything. We've got the plot is set. The songs are all recorded. We recorded with an orchestra, with
awesome.
Warner Orchestra actually. Same room that where Frozen and Coco was made. Daniel Ingram did all the music. It's going to be huge. And we several times cried during the recordings. It's going to be heartfelt. It's going to be moving. I cannot wait for you guys to play it.
Excited?
Oh yeah.
I gotta be the first to play a video game for once.
We got two right here.
You go first.
Me first? Okay, I guess kind of with the G5 kind of coming to a close, what's the future of the React series kind of looking like right now?
So we've had this conversation. We actually started talking about this back at Ever Free Northwest. Bronies React isn't done, guys.
Oh.
It will return. Yeah. It's not just done, it's dead. We're gonna start putting together another one. I've been slammed at this back end of the year, so I was like, I'll get something going, but I think that we're gonna be putting something together here. I can't say when it'll be out, but our plan is definitely there's some episodes that we want to be looking back at, and depending on how that's doing with the building nostalgia that the show's starting to get.
Oh yeah.
Who knows where that might go? So
that's actually why
yeah.
The entire series.
We're gonna react to the react.
Have you all noticed like the fandom kind of resurging online?
Oh yeah. Good.
We never left.
Yeah. And then your question.
Okay, so you two have answered this already in the question in 2017. Silver, if you had any song as your theme song, what would it be?
Dun 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 dun.
Okay, next question. You.
Dave.
Yeah.
Which convention was that comic story you told about?
I don't remember.
Dude, there's a. Sorry. I was just gonna say we mention it in the vlog of the convention, but I can't remember.
So
what
go
else.
watch every single vlog.
Oh, it was
BabsCon?
BabsCon. It was BabsCon.
Oh,
Of course, it was San Francisco.
Yes. You.
You've been all over the country. Any regional foods you look forward to going to different times?
Yeah.
Milwaukee's awesome.
This one in Chicago are two of my favorite food ones.
San Francisco, honestly, has some great food as well.
Yes. Ellen?
Favorite project you've ever worked on doesn't have to be on your channel. It can be any project over.
Favorite project you've ever worked on?
Pandas. That was an awesome project.
Art baby.
Nightmare Night 2014. It's on Anthony C's channel, please.
For me, I'm just gonna say it, the project, but the Who's Line shows. I love doing improv with these guys.
I always felt when we were on stage, I'm like, they're not laughing. That's, I guess when you're on stage, I guess the audio works differently, and it seems a lot less than what it actually is in the audience. That or my friends are lying to me. I'm like, am I funny? They go, they're laughing at you.
Yeah, at you.
No, they're not laughing with you, they're laughing at you.
Did you have a... No? Okay. Yes.
Is there anyone you've ever really wanted on Bronies React, and has anyone ever turned you down?
Yes.
Nicki Minaj.
Most of my turndowns took place when I was starting the series. So there were a number of people I reached out to, which by design I figured I was hoping, I cast a wide net, and I had a lot of people that were like, no. Since then, not really, but most of the people I asked to this day, I know typically on a more personal level, so, Wooden.
Are all of you going to be going to the last BabsCon?
I hope so.
Yes.
You look like Keanu Reeves, by the way.
You're breathtaking!
Keanu Reeves is sitting next to a leprechaun. It's pretty great.
He's got a beautiful voice.
He's got a P30L.
It's pretty great.
All right, in the back.
By the way.
Hi.
Hi.
For Saber, I was just wondering if you could answer this. The back pairing that you did, where you jumped on the bed and like pretended to be Black Griffin, it was unlisted from YouTube. Do you know why?
Oh my God, did I do that?
I don't remember. You did what? Denial. We're all in denial.
I have a really bad memory, so I jumped on Black Griffin on the bed.
No, jumped on the bed pretending to be me. Not jumped on.
I guess
to know hyperbole.
Yeah, you imitated everybody.
The thing is that it's not unusual for you to have unlisted videos, though, like on your channel. Like, there's someday the 300 video will come back.
I know Jack's lies about it.
It's beer. That was one of my favorites. When that disappeared, I was very sad. It's beer.
Okay.
It's beer still up.
It's beer still up.
Yes.
Yes. So I noticed how you mentioned like BabsCon is ending. It kind of reminded me how BronyCon ended like 5 years ago now. I'm kind of worried that there's like. Is there like a decline in how many conventions there are, or is it still on the rise?
Do you want to answer? No, you say it. I was just going to say real quick to this. There used to be too many conventions.
Oh yeah.
There used to, and I know it sounds crazy, right? You go, how could there? But there was one year, like it's like 2014 or 15, where there was like, I kid you not, like 25 conventions around the country, and they were all eating each other alive because it's like, oh, I could go to this one.
Attendance.
And so it's what we have right now that is good. We'll miss BabsCon after it goes. Just like we miss BronyCon, but we miss EQLA. Yeah, there's a lot that have gone, but like if Ciderfest, you guys continue to support these conventions. Winnie City, run by the same people. You got Everfree Northwest. We have some really good conventions in some really nice areas that are continuing.
I think there's some magic in the air going on right now, no pun intended, that there might be more Brony conventions being made right now.
Oh yeah, probably yeah.
Sure, you never know. You never know. Let's do.
Whoever has their hands raised, keep them raised, and then that's it. So.
I see 1, 2, 3. Did you have
I just wanted to make a comment, sorry.
Okay, well, that's all right. We'll take a comment. So 1, 2, and 3. You'll be our last ones.
Let's bring it home.
The panel. So what's your comment?
There's a new convention in Ocean City, Maryland. It's kind of hard to get to if you are flying in, but if you're in the area, it's called ACRacebest, and they moved it to September now. So it might be easier for people to get to because it won't be like in a busy. It'll still be a busy time for conventions, but hopefully we'll get more people because it's a really.
So there you
convention.
go. So look into Sequestria.
Yes.
Favorite season finale from Friendship is Magic?
It has to be the final episode.
Yeah. For me, I agree.
I cried on all that.
If not the final episode.
Season 2 finale.
Season 2 finale.
Season 2 for me.
That one was just so good because they were so good with not giving away anything.
Yeah.
With the season.
It's insane. Chrysalis.
I would go to season 4 finale for Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. That was Jack's Blade somewhere is like, thank you. And then the last question of the panel.
Well, I hadn't heard about this news. Can you tell? Do you know why BabsCon is closing?
I think sometimes conventions just run their course, and it's like you feel like, okay, we've done our part, we're ready for new things.
Because it was running for.
Since 2016, 2014? Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's a good run. I think they were just, was that?
Oh, yeah, I'm just agreeing with you, yeah.
I think,
10 years.
Yeah, people, these cons are still run by people, and they just kind of like, okay, I think we're ready to close the shop. That's okay.
So before everyone goes, do you all want to help me wish Sarah happy birthday?
Yeah!
It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. I knew that. I'll do it like this. Okay. Hey Sarah, I just wanted to say happy birthday.
He was shocked when he forgot.
Oh, I did not forget. Who wants to say happy birthday? Thank you all for coming out to the Bronies React panel. We hope you had a good time. Enjoy the rest of your Ponyville Ciderfest 2024.
Take care, folks. See you next time.